everybody, I'm here with Christine, and Christine is a former student of mine, and she invited me to lunch, so I thought I would quiz her on that lunch. So Christine, tell people who you are and what you've been doing.
My name is Christine. I graduated from UTS in 2009, and after that I joined the graduate program at ANZ and stayed there about 5.5 years. During that time I worked in business lending, doing commercial lending on properties, pharmacies, pubs and hotels, and also childcare centres. Eventually I went into project finance and I did infrastructure financing. So we did financing for Sydney Light Rail, WestConnex,
Wow,
East West Links. Yeah, those really large projects. We did syndicated deals, and after that I went to NAB and I became a finance partner for the Global Institutional Bank. And basically just looking at capital optimization in their Global Institutional Banking book. And also compiling all these different analytics for the investor relation pack for that particular segment. Did that for 2.5 years, and then now I'm in public sector, so I'm working at the Department of Premier and Cabinet now, just doing program evaluation, which is basically assessing the different policies to see whether it's actually working. We do process evaluation, outcome evaluation, cost-benefit analysis.
Wow, okay. And so what majors did you do at university?
So I did accounting and finance. And the reason why I did accounting was because I was a cadet. So accounting had to be a major, but
which is what I did as well. So I was an accounting cadet.
Looking back, I think it was the best decision that I've ever made, because when I was working in finance and when you're working in banking, you really need to understand the crux of a financial statement. That's like the fundamentals, even before you're doing free cash flow analysis or doing any sort of modeling. So if you did an accounting degree, then it's really easy for you to analyze financial statements. And that basically gets you a door into any type of job that you want to do in the future.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what professional qualification did you do after you finished uni?
So I did CA, and then after that I also did a Master of Applied Finance at Macquarie.
So that's a lot of study.
Yeah, it was alright. I stopped studying, just those two.
And so what do you think, skill-wise, you took out of university that has really helped you job-wise?
So, two things. I think at UTS, because all the friends I had were cadets, so they all went on to do really great things. So 10 years down the track, you'll be working a new place and then there'll be somebody who was a friend of yours in the past, and it's really useful to have that kind of network.
So it's networking?
Yes. And then secondly,
that's not us. I got excited about food there for a second.
Secondly, from a practical aspect, the degree at UTS is extremely practical. Like, the lecturers don't really waste your time on stuff which is at the back of a textbook that nobody ever looks at. They just focus on things that are actually going to be useful when you go out into practical life. And for me, I found that when I was doing my CA, it was so much easier because everything that was covered in the auditing class, I didn't even have to study much. It was all covered in exam.
You don't have to study for the CA. But I'm glad that I do a lot of good prep for everybody. So what would be your tips for students who are studying accounting now and they're going out, they're looking to go out in the workforce? What would be your tips for what they should do while they're at uni?
Two things. I want to keep it really simple so people can remember. The first thing is actually to read a lot. So read AFR, read...
Which is the Australian Financial Review, by the way.
Read The Economist, read Financial Times as well. The reason being, the world is changing at such a rapid pace. So the work that we're doing now will probably no longer exist in the future. So we need to be constantly looking at what are the emerging opportunities, and to understand that you need to be abreast with the overall global financial environment, what's happening. And also when you're working in banking, if you were to get an interview in, say, project finance, they will want you to know what deals are actually on this year, what deals are on next year, what kind of risk is associated with those transactions. So
It's our thing buzzing. I'm just going to put that over here.
So that's the first thing I would say. If you're interested in working in public policy, etc., then you'll probably need to watch like Al Jazeera, read Australian, understand all the politics that's at play. I find that adds an additional value than just a normal graduate.
Cool.
The second thing is just getting as many internships as possible. Try different things to find out what you actually like, what you don't like, and all those skill sets that you build on, whether you enjoyed it or not, you'll actually become really useful experiences 10 years down the track.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank Christine. We're about to eat burgers because our thing just went buzz, buzz, buzz. So, yes. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent service,
See you
ladies.
guys.
So, thank you to Christine. For all of the references, like websites and stuff that Christine's mentioned, I will put links to those in the comments. And if you've got any questions for Christine, make sure you pop them in the comments to the video, and I'll get her on to have some answers if you have any.
See you guys.